Welcome to class once again. Today is Power Vinyasa. Something that might come in handy today is some equipment. So grab what you have. I have 2 blocks. Something that I would suggest to find is a strap. And if you don't have a strap, a belt. We're going to do quite a lot of hamstring stretches and core work today. So this is just a nice little helper to have with you. And then when you're ready, you're going to keep your strap or whatever you got close to the top of the mat and come to lay down on your back. Just to start off with here, let's take a deep breath in and reach the arms up overhead. And maybe wiggle your body a little bit from side to side, stretch over to the left, stretch over to the right. Just get really nice and long in the body, and then take another deep breath in. Exhale, drop everything down to the floor. Let the arms just be overhead. Let the feet flop outwards. And deepen your breath for a few moments here. In and out of the nose, filling up into the belly. Slowly. And exhaling softly. And then from here, grab your right knee, so hug it in towards the chest. Give it a bit of a squeeze and a bit of a shake, or maybe you want to move the knee around from side to side and in circles. Just do your own little thing here for a moment, moving that right leg. And then come to stillness here with the knee towards your chest. Find your left leg, so the leg that's long on the floor. Flex your foot and send the heel away from you. So as if you want to touch the wall that is in front of you. You want to send that leg away, with the toes pointing up to the ceiling. So we're sort of mimicking standing on the floor here. And we're going to keep this leg active. The quads are switched on. The leg is lengthening away from the body. Now grab your strap or your variation of a strap. Hook it around the sole of your foot. And then we're going to stretch this right leg up towards the sky. So we're starting the class with a hamstring stretch here. So this is why you need something in your hands so that you can make your arms a bit longer. I want the knee to be as straight as you can. It doesn't have to be very high. And your arms are also straight. So you're not down here with your elbows benched pulling on the strap. Walk the hands up towards the foot so the elbows can be straight. Lower the shoulders into the floor, relax the neck and the head. And we are in a very gentle hamstring stretch here. I know the class has just started. We're not warm. So it's just a gentle lengthening of the back of the leg here. Slowing down the breath. Then from here, the strap is going to go into the right hand only. The left arm goes onto the left hip and then open up the right leg to the side. So we're now stretching the adductors, so the inside of the right leg. Keep the left hip on the floor or as close to the floor as you can. Don't let it tilt off. And the right leg obviously goes as far down to the floor as your hip allows. It does not have to look like mine or anyone else's. Just find that in the stretch on the inside of your thigh. And then take one more breath here. Bring the leg up to center. Grab the strap with your left hand this time. Open the right arm to the side, palm facing up. We're going to come into a twist Here, letting the right leg come across the body and down on the other side. Maybe hop your hips a little bit towards the right to find your twist here. So let the length and weight of the arm lower you on one side, and the length and the weight of the leg lower you on the other side. Keep the left leg engaged here. Don't let it just completely relax. Imagining that you are standing upright on the floor. And then bring the left leg back to center. Shift your hips back to center. Let's do one breath here where we gently pull that leg in a little bit closer. And then release the strap. Let the leg land next to your left leg. And then just have a moment here to feel the difference between the right and the left leg. So just flat on your back. Let your legs relax. And you might feel that the right leg feels a lot longer now than the left, which is good. We're going to even that out and see if we can get just as long on the left side. So from here, grab your left knee into your chest, give it a squeeze and a shake, some movements around one way and the other way. So it can be big circles or just tiny little shakes. We're just trying to warm up inside of the hip joint here, getting some movements in the leg. And then coming to stillness with the left knee, flex your right foot, send the heel away from your body. So the length that we just got from stretching the leg, find that length by sending the heel away, toes straight up to the ceiling. Feel the quads, so the front side of the thigh engaging here. Then grab your strap again. Let's do this on the other side. Let's even out the right and left side. And then stretch your left leg to the sky. And of course, if you can reach your foot without the strap, you can grab the foot with your hands instead of holding onto the strap. But wherever you are, engage the right leg down into the floor and away from you. And stretch your left knee as much as you can. It's of course okay that it has a little bit of a bend, but we want to seek the stretch of the hamstrings here. A gentle pull, a gentle stretch. Nothing too crazy at the moment. And then grab your strap with your left hand, put the right hand onto your hip, right hip, and then open the left leg to the side. Find your adductor stretch. Let the right hip stay on the floor. Let the right leg still be engaged. The heel is seeking the front of your mat. And then bring that leg back up to the sky. Grab the strap with your right hand. We're going to come into the twist. So the left arm opens out to the left. Maybe shift your hips a little bit as well. And then let your left leg come across into a supine twist. Keep the right leg engaged. And then bring the left leg back to the sky, bring the hips back to center, grab the strap again. Let's do a very gentle pull in of that leg, Have a breath in and out here. And then release the left leg long next to the right leg. And then relax your feet. Relax your feet, relax your leg. Now feel, close the eyes again and just feel the legs. Now they're both maybe, hopefully, the same length again. Give your hip a little bit of a shake. And then let's hug both knees back into the chest. Bring the hands behind your head. And we're going to bring the legs into a tabletop position. Lift the head and the shoulders off the floor. And if that's too heavy, the head and the shoulders can stay down. But otherwise, keep them up as you lengthen the right leg to hover just off the floor. And then bring it back in. And then the left. Hover just off the floor. And in. And the right. Lift the lower belly up and in. Belly button to spine. The left leg. And up. The right leg. And up. Left. And up. 2 more times each leg. And up. Feel the lower back pushing into the floor. No movements in the hips. No movements in the spine. Last time. Left leg stretches out. And up. And relax. Hug the knees to your chest. Move a bit side to side. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. We're going to come back to the same position. Bring the knees into your tabletop, hands behind your head. Lift the shoulder blades off the floor. This time, as you stretch your right leg, you're going to bring the right elbow to the left knee. And come back. Don't drop your shoulder blades down. Keep them up. Left elbow to right knee. And back. And again. And back. To the right. And back. To the left. Back to the right. Back 3 more times. 1 on each side, that is. And 2. Shoulder blades off the floor if you can. Last one. 3. And release. Grab a hold of your legs behind the knees. Start to rock and roll up and down the spine a few times. And then cross the ankles, come onto hands and knees. Let's move into some cat-cows. That's going to feel really nice. So breathe in, drop the belly, lift the chest. Breathe out, curve the spine, push the floor away. And just keep moving through those two. Inhale to arch the back. Exhale to curve. Maybe close the eyes and just enjoy these movements of the spine. Let's do one more. Breath in. Breath out to curve, push the floor. And then come to a neutral spine, tuck the toes, find your downward facing dog. Finding that nice straight alignment in your down dog here, and feel free to walk out the legs or shift the shoulders. Maybe shake your head no, nod your head yes. And then take 2 deep breaths in this position as you send the sit bones up to the sky and reach the heels down towards the floor. And then from here, lift the heels, look forward, tippy toe your way to the front of the mat. Find your ragdoll, grab a hold of your elbows, drop the head, and sway from side to side. Soft shoulders, soft neck. and soft breath. And then drop the hands to the floor, bend the knees, roll up your spine, nice and slow, all the way up to stand. Reach the hands, inhale, and draw them down to heart center. Exhale. Let's just have a moment here to find the length of the body. So find the soles of your feet. Let's close the eyes. Find the soles of your feet. And as if you could push the floor away, really push the feet into the floor. Lift your lower belly up and in to create length in the front body. Roll the shoulders back and down to open up in the chest. And then reach out through the crown of the head up to the ceiling. And just find the body as long as it is here in this position. Maybe you can even grow a little bit taller. Or imagine that you're growing a little bit taller. And then you can open the eyes, let the hands drop by your side. Take a deep breath in, reach them up to the sky. And exhale, come forward into your fold. Find your halfway lift, breath in. And then plant your hands, step back into a high plank. And we're going to do a little bit of a sequence here. So you can drop the knees at any time. You're going to move your weight into your left hand and drop down onto your right elbow. And then you're going to drop the left elbow to the floor as well. Keep the hips level with your shoulders so the hips are not up here. Then plant the right hand on the floor. Push into the right hand. Come up onto your left hand. And then we're going to do that the other way. Drop your left elbow to the floor. Drop your right elbow to the floor. Come onto your left hand. And then push onto your right hand. And this is where it gets really fun. We're going to walk the hands forward. Drop both elbows to the floor in 3, 2, 1, down. Find your dolphin. Walk the toes towards the elbows. And then push the forearms down into the floor. Push the belly towards your thighs. So this is like a down dog, but with the elbows on the floor. Take a couple breaths here, sending the sit bones up, sending the heels down and the chest towards the thighs. And now we're going to lift both of the elbows off the floor at the same time. Or we're going to try. In 3, 2, 1, push the hands into the floor, come into your downward facing dog. Maybe make some adjustments here if you need to. Whew. Okay, let's take a breath in and out. Let's lift the right heel to the sky and send the heel away from you and up. Keep the hips square. Flex your right foot. Now bring the knee towards your nose, tidy curl. Step the leg in between the hands. Drop your back knee. Breathe your arms to the sky for Anjanasana. Sinking the hips forward and down. Let's have a little well-deserved break here. We're going to find length throughout the torso. Imagine you sending your fingertips up to the ceiling. And now draw a big circle around you. Lift the chest. And at the same time, stretch your front leg. Gently land your fingertips to the floor for half Hanuman. If you have blocks, this might be a good place to put your hands on blocks if it's hard for you to hold this position. And then let's have a deep breath in to lengthen the spine. And exhale to fold. Hold here for a couple breaths. Deep and conscious breathing. And then come back up. Plant the hands, bend your front leg, and we're just going to step it back to a downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Lift the left heel to the sky, send it away from you and up, keeping those hips nice and square. Breathe in. And then knee to your nose, tiger curl. See if you can touch the nose, and then step the leg in between the hands. Drop your right knee, arms up. Finding that hip flexor stretch once again. And then find that length through the crown of the head. Energetically reach the fingertips to the sky. Now lift the chest and imagine that your arms are much longer than what they actually are as you draw this big circle around you. Stretch your front leg slowly. So a little bit of a coordination exercise. And then fingertips to the floor. Find your half Hanuman or hands to blocks or however you're doing this position. Find your halfway lift. And then come forward into your fold. We hold here for a couple breaths. And then looking forward, plant the hands, bend your front knee, pick up your back knee. Find your fingertip lunge first. This time we're going to step to fold at the front of the mat. Find your halfway lift and really get that 90-degree angle in your body here. Maybe you have to bend your knees to get there. Open the arms like wings. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades together as if you have a pen in between your shoulder blades and you're hugging it to stay there. Now push the feet into the floor as you stand up with a flat back. Reach the arms to the sky, find your inhale, and then draw the hands to heart center. Exhale, drop the hands by your side. We go a little bit more in flow this time. Breath in, arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Halfway lift, breath in. Step it back to a high plank. Here we go, a little bit of a boot camp exercise. Last time. Drop your left elbow down, then your right elbow down. Keep the hips level, engage your core. Up onto your left hand, up onto your right hand, other side. Right elbow down, left elbow down, up onto your right hand, up onto your left hand. Walk the hands forward, both elbows down. In 3, 2, 1, down. Find your dolphin. Walk the toes close to the elbows and then push the hands or the forearms forward to bring the chest closer to the thighs. On the count of 3, we'll lift both elbows off at the same time. 1, 2, 3, elbows off. Find your downward facing dog. And then breathe in. This time the left leg comes up, left leg to the sky. Knee to your nose, tiger curl it, touch your nose, step it forward, back knee to the floor, arms up, inhale, maybe lift the chest. Exhale, open the arms as you stretch your front leg, fingertips down. Let's find a halfway lift here. And then exhale to fold. Now a halfway lift again, bend your front knee, find your fingertip lunge. Step your leg back, find downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky, breath in. Tiger curl, knee to your nose all the way. Step it forward, Anjanasana, arms up. Breath in. Exhale, big circle with the arms, stretch your front leg. Halfway lift here. And fold. Fingertip lunge on the inhale, pick up your back knee. And then step to fold at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Stay in your flat back, open the arms. Squeeze your pen, And then come all the way up with a flat back, hands overhead. And then hands to heart center. We move on, chair pose, sitting nice and low, fingertips to the floor, arms by your ears. We hold here for a couple of breaths, sinking nice and low into our chair here. And then check in if your arms are dying, so send the fingertips away from you, and then pull the elbows back so they're aligned with the ears, maybe. Take 2 more deep breaths in. And fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breath in. Chaturanga, so step back into your high plank. We just move through as normal here, all the way or halfway down. Find your cobra or your up dog, breath in. And downward facing dog, breath out. Just come back to your down dog for a moment here. Catch your breath. Calm the body, find some stillness for a moment. Now when we lift the right leg to the sky, I want you to really send the heel away from you first, as if someone is pulling your ankle and then lifting the leg up to the sky. Keeping the hips square, so if you have a look at your foot, the toes should be pointing to the floor and the heel straight up to the ceiling. Both hip bones are shining down at your mat, like headlights on a car. And then inhale, lift the heel a little bit higher. Bring the right knee to your right armpit. Knee to your armpit. We're going to draw a little box here. Then drop the knee to your right wrist. And then bring it across to the left wrist. Bring it up into your left armpit. And down to the left wrist. Over to the right wrist. Up into your your right armpit. And then step it forward. Crescent lunge, arms to the sky. If your wrists are feeling a bit iffy here, you can clasp the hands or make fists and then make some circles with the wrists here. Now, if that was very confusing what we just did, basically the knee is just making a box from the armpit to the wrist, to the other wrist, up to the armpit, and then the other way. We have more chances to do that, so it'll make sense next time maybe. Anyway, let's sink down a little bit deeper into our lunge. Have a couple breaths. And here we're doing the same transition as we did in the other flow. So we're going to lift the chest and reach the arms up and out. At the same time as we're stretching the front leg, squeeze the front side of your thighs to protect the knee and move into your pyramid pose. Hands to the floor or blocks. Find a deep breath in as you lengthen the spine and then exhale to fold. If your hamstrings are very tight, it might be nice to come up high onto the tippy toes of your back leg. And you can, of course, also bend your front knee a little bit, but only if you have to. We are, after all, working into the hamstrings here. And then find your halfway lift again. Walk the hands towards the left. Now I'm going to sort of end up in this very flattering butt to the camera position. But we are in a wide-legged forward fold. Turn the heels out and the toes in. Find your halfway lift. And then fold forwards. Let the shoulders and the head hang. Crown of the head is seeking the floor. Knees are straight. So hands to blocks might be, again, a nice support here. Let the weight of the head and shoulders pull you down a little bit. Take one more breath in and out. Find your halfway lift. We're going to move back into that front leg. So turn your right leg out. Place your hand on the inside of that leg. I'm actually going to turn around so that you can see what I'm doing. Put the hand on the inside of that front leg or on the block so you get a bit of height. Swipe your left arm overhead. Find your side angle here. So one straight line from the left foot to the left fingertips. Get as long as you can in that side body. And then reach the left arm to the sky. Toe heel your back foot in a little bit. We're going to stretch the front knee for a Trikonasana. And here the right hand can hover off the floor a little bit. And we want to lengthen here in all directions. Be really long from the top to the bottom and from the front to the back. Take up lots and lots of space. And let your breath guide the calmness in this position. Now rebend your front knee. Pendulum your arms in one straight line. Come into your easy twist. Pick up your back heel. Reach the right fingertips to the sky. Get really heavy into your left hand. Push the floor. And we're going to move into a side plank. Stack the right leg over the left. Maybe you want to drop your left knee to the floor. That's completely fine. We are here for a few breaths. If you want to challenge whether your knee is off or on the floor, you can hover the top leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into your high plank. Move through your chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward facing dog. Have a couple breaths here. We're moving on to the other side. So the left leg is now going to reach far away from you. Send the leg away and up. Find your three-legged dog. Maybe have a look at your foot. Make sure your toes are pointing down to the floor and the heel is going straight up to the ceiling. Stretching that knee. And as if someone is pulling your ankle away from the body and then lifting it up. Take one more deep breath in. Bring the left knee to the left armpit. We draw our box one last time. Drop it down to the left wrist. Cross it over to the right. Pull it up into your right armpit. Drop it down. Bring it back to the left. Pull it up and step it forward. Arms up. And then here again, you can make some circles with your wrist one way and the other way. And let's sink a little bit deeper into that front knee. Find a deep breath in. And long breath out. Let's lift the chest. Big circle around your body. Reach the fingertips far away. Stretch your front leg slowly. Coming into your pyramid pose. Fingertips to a surface of your choice. Deep breath in, lengthen the spine. And then exhale to fold and hold here for a moment. And then find your halfway lift. Walk the hands towards the right. Find your wide-legged forward fold. Toes slightly in, heels out. Breathe in for a long spine, and then exhale to fold forwards. Releasing the neck. Maybe shake out your head again here. Take 2 more deep breaths. Find your halfway lift. Turn out your left foot. Place the hand in front of that foot, either on a block here, if you have something that resembles a block. Swipe the right arm up and around. Find that nice and long side angle of the right side body. Ground the right foot down. Reach your right fingertips away. And if the floor feels really far away for your left hand here, something that might help is to bend your left knee a little bit more and open up in the chest. Maybe gaze up to the ceiling. As you breathe space into the right side of your body. Now from here, reach your right arm straight up to the sky. Give your back foot a little toe heel in so that your stance is a bit shorter. And then stretch your front leg for Trikonasana. Keep the crown of the head moving forwards, long spine. Open up in the chest. Open the arms, spread your wings. And be as long as you can in all directions. And then from here, look down, bend your front knee a little bit. Pendulum the arms, one straight line, land in your easy twist. Pick up your right heel, find weight into your right hand, and then pick your left leg up, place it into a side plank. Maybe you want to drop your right knee to the floor. Pushing the floor away with the right hand. And then maybe wherever you are, you can hover your top leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your high plank, move through your chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. And then let's lift the heels, look forward. Bend the knees, keep your sit bones really high. See if you can take a little jump, a little hop to the top of your mat. Find your halfway lift. And then a deep forward fold. Through a flat back, come all the way up. Arms reaches out and then meets at the top. Draw the hands to heart, center. Close the eyes for a moment. Coming back to the beginning of the standing sequence. Find the soles of the feet. Imagine you can push the feet into the floor as you reach the crown of the head up to the sky. Draw the lower belly up and in gently and lower the shoulders down. Long front body and long back body. And then drop the hands down, open the eyes, shake your body off a little bit. We're gonna stay standing, and now you're gonna need your strap or your variation of a strap. Basically, we're gonna mimic what we did on the floor in the very beginning. So let's stand on the right leg first, and I want you to try this. Put the hands on the hips. As you move into the right leg, be wary of sinking into that hip, so this leg has to bend. Yeah, so we want to stand up taller on our standing leg. So if you flex your left foot, it actually hovers off the floor without the knee having to bend. Yeah, so I'm standing up really tall on my right leg. And now bring your left knee to your chest, hook the strap around your foot if you need a strap. Stand up tall. Gaze at something in front of you. So let's find our focal point first so that we're less likely to fall over, even though that might still happen, which is fine. And then stretch your leg to the front, straight in front of your body. Keep the arms long. So the elbows are stretched, they're not bending in. So if you find your elbows bending in, walk them closer towards the foot. And then maybe one day you don't even need the strap because you can grab your foot instead. Yeah? Now, bring the right hand to the right hip. So the strap goes into your left hand. Maybe the right arm is out to the side. And then we're going to open this leg to the left. You can gaze forward or you can look over to the right for a bit of an extra challenge. Hold. Grow taller, make sure you're not sinking into your hip. And then bring the leg back to the front. Grab your strap now with your right hand or your foot. Left hand to the sky. And now we twist. Open the left arm towards the back. Maybe you want to look sideways, or maybe you want to look all the way towards the back of the room. If you fall out, come back slowly. And then come back to center. Keep the leg up high. Both arms to the sky. Hold. Woo, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Shake it off. Do a little dance with your hips. I know it burns. I'm right there with you, don't worry. We're just gonna go straight into the other side. Let's get it over and done with. As you stand into your left leg, you grow really tall. You grow really tall. So this right leg is just hovering off the floor. Give yourself a little check here that you can really stretch your right leg without it touching the floor. Then hug the knee to your chest. If you don't have your strap, definitely grab it. You're gonna hook your strap around your foot, or maybe grab your toe if you can reach your foot. Stretch your foot forwards. Hold. Find your gaze again. Think of length through the body. Try not to crumble under pressure. Try not to hold your breath. Now, if you haven't already, the strap goes into the right hand. The left hand goes onto your hip or maybe out to the side as you open the right leg out, maybe gazing towards the left. And then bring the leg back to center. Grab your strap with your left hand. Reach the right arm to the sky. We twist, open the chest towards the right. Grow tall. Grow roots through the sole of your left foot. And then come back to center. Keep the leg up. Let it go. Both arms to the sky. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it. Shake it off. If you're cramping, that's fine. We're going to stretch it out. Let's get down into our downward facing dog. So move your strap and blocks out of the way. Take a deep breath in. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, folding forwards. Half a lift, breath in. Stepping or jumping back, move through your chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And out. Lift the right leg to the sky. This time you can bend the knee and open up in the hip. Let the leg flop over and the knee seek the ceiling. Bring it forward for a half pigeon. Set yourself up however you need to. If you need a block or something underneath this right hip, do that. And then find a nice proud chest. And then coming forward into a fold. Breathing about 5 conscious and slow breaths here. And last breath in and out. Coming up onto your hands. We're going to keep the right leg in front, but come into your half Hanuman. So wiggle that foot towards the middle, stretch your front knee. Now, we're going to move into our full Hanuman, which is, in other words, your splits. And obviously that looks different for everyone. I want this front knee to be straight. This back knee can be bent. And if this is as far as you come, then you stay here. Otherwise, you can start to slide your heel forward. If you have anything that you can stack underneath that front leg, let's say you can come down to here, you can support this leg under your thigh so you don't have to hold it. Or, of course, just stay up on your hands. So get as far as you can without feeling like this is excruciatingly painful. So you should be able to hold here and breathe deep and relax. I'm not saying it's going to be comfortable, but I'm saying you should be able to relax in this position. So if you cannot relax and your body is tensing, you have gone too far. So once you find your variation of a splits, close down the eyes. Let's have 10 deep breaths here. Nice and slow. We are halfway through our breaths. So if you're rushing, slow it down. Deep breath in and long breath out. One more breath in. And long breath out. And then coming up slowly, so don't rush out of this position. Take it nice and easy. Slide the leg back. Find your closed knee child's pose for a moment. So feet and knees together, hips to your heels, arms back. Drop the forehead to the floor. And then rolling up the spine, reach the hands forward, come into your last downward facing dog. One breath in and out. Left leg to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. Have a moment here, seeking the ceiling with your knee. And then bring the left leg forward, setting yourself up for a half pigeon. So just take your time to wiggle yourself as needed into this position. And then find a long spine, proud chest to come forward into your fold. About 5 long breaths here. And slowly coming up. Move your left leg in towards the middle, stretch it out. Start to slide it forward. If you have the space to slide anywhere, slide your heel forward. Use any props that you need to find your variation of a full Hanuman. And then close the eyes, maybe. Just make sure that you're in a place where your muscles are relaxing, not tensing up, and you're not holding your breath either. So make sure you can breathe. 10 deep breaths here. Halfway, 5 more deep breaths. And then gently coming up. This time sit over to the left, swing your right leg around. Shake out your legs a moment here. Shake out your hips. Just to test, we're not going to stay in this stretch long, but just to test how much we have improved now in our forward fold. Let's do a little testing here. So move the flesh of the glutes away so you can find your sit bones. Let's flex the feet, send the heels away so your legs are as long as they can be. Reach the arms up, and then Try as much as you can to have a flat back forward, 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 and then at the very end you can start to curve, and maybe see if you notice if you can come a little bit deeper than normal here. We've done a lot of stretching of the hamstrings, so they're very prepared for this position. And wherever you land, just take three deep breaths. And then rolling up. I hope you noticed a little bit more space in your forward fold. If not, just do this class again and again and again. We're going to roll down to lay on our backs. And just to reset our body a bit, because we've done so much folding forwards, we're going to come into a quick little back bend. So bend the knees in, bring the heels close to your hips, and then lift the hips off the floor. Maybe shuffle the shoulder blades together, clasping the hands, and really push into the heels. So we're now engaging the glutes, opening up into our hip flexors. And we're going to do 5 breaths here. And release the hands, drop the hips. And from here, we're just going to stretch the legs out long, get really comfortable on our backs. Finding Shavasana for just a minute or so. Completely surrendering the body down into the floor. Feel really heavy. Just notice the places of the body that has been stretched a lot today, how they feel. Maybe they feel really nice and spacious, but maybe it feels a bit sore, and nothing is wrong, nothing is right. Just see if you can notice. Last full breath here. And release. Start to move into fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Maybe clasp the hands, stretch the arms overhead. Find that really long body once again. Take a deep breath in and then drop everything to the floor. Exhale. From here, just hugging both knees to your chest. Give yourself a warm hug. And then however you want, moving into a seated position. Crossing the legs, bringing the hands to your heart center, finding that length through the spine and the shoulders back and down. And then we bow our heads in gratitude to ourselves, to the practice and to everyone else doing this practice with us. Namaste.